is there anything that you would like to say to Philadelphia before we do? Come see the movie.
Yeah, come see the movie. Come to the event tonight. February 11th is the date. If you're in front of a computer or will be, demand the movie at eventful.com/MOOZ-lum. Tell people about it. There's not a number of times that you can tell people about it. You can only demand it once, but you can post it on Facebook every day if you want. You can send out an email blast because we're doing this thing grassroots Obama style. You know what I mean? Like,
and it's working. The electronic thing is really the social networking thing is working.
But we need, because we don't have the billboards everywhere. We don't have the trailers playing everywhere. So we need your support, and thank you for the support you've already rendered for this project.
You're doing a community service for us that is much needed and long overdue. We want to thank our brother Qasim Basir, writer and director of the movie MOOZ-lum, which will be released February 11th. One last question, Dave. The title, where does it come from?
Do I have time for the 1.5 minute story?
A half a second?
No. Okay.
All right.
It's a mispronunciation. The mispronunciation of the word has to do with the misunderstanding of the faith. That's my short answer.
والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. السلام عليكم. Thanks, bro. I'm Qasim Rashad, the host. This is our guest.
Qasim Basir.
Okay.
So do you spell that Q-A-S-I-M?
No, Q-A-S-I-M.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I thought it was a Q-U.
No, Q-A.
Okay. That's how you spell yours?
Yeah, same way.
Okay. You probably had yours before me, too.
Maybe.
Because I'm a revert. When were you born?
80.
No, I reverted in 91.
Okay.
So,
yeah, definitely.
We had possession of the name. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. As you know, we know you're born in Ann Arbor, Michigan. But how did you grow up?
I grew up Muslim. Ann Arbor, you know, it's not a it's a college town. University of Michigan is there. There's a lot of Muslims around there, but we spent a lot of time between Ann Arbor and Detroit. Family was in Detroit, and a lot of our friends, and large Muslim community in Detroit as well. So I had a really good upbringing, you know, as far as what I was taught, what kind of person I was taught to be, and that was primarily because I was raised Muslim, and there were a lot of people in my neighborhood that went a lot of different ways, but I think that what kept me okay was my mom and the fact that I was Muslim.
Okay. So did your father have a passing influence or a predominant influence? Because in one interview, you described your father as a brother who wore turbans and phobes.
Yes, my father is very orthodox. Has the, you know, he sent me to a madrasa when I was 12 to become Hafiz of the Quran. And while I did not finish, that was, he lives by the Sunnah. You know, he's like complete. I don't know another person, you know, that is as by the book as my father.
Is your dad still as fervent practitioner of the religion as he was?
Yeah, my dad. He's, you know, like honestly, I feel like if anything in my life were different, maybe I wouldn't be here, right? So like I appreciate everything that's happened to me, and my dad, he is the way he is because, you know, he has a strong belief, and that's how he wants to live his life, and he helps a lot of people. My dad works at Jackson Prison as the
chaplain.
Yes, the religious chaplain, and so many brothers have come to him and changed their lives because of him. There was a man, absolutely. There was a man in Detroit last time I was there a couple weeks ago. who came to me and said, "Do you remember me?" I said, "Nah, man, it's literally like 20 years ago." Like, you know how dudes do that. Like, boy, I remember you. Like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, man, you know, I remember your face. And I did kind of remember it. And he almost came to tears, you know, talking to me about my dad. Like, you know, your father saved my life, brother. And, you know, we traveled overseas. And so that.
During your years of reconciling who you were as Qasim Basir, what kind of relationship and interaction did you have with your dad, if any, was the conflict with him?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get too deep into that.
All right.
But you know, we're cool.
All right, stop crying.
We have an understanding. We have an understanding.
All right. So now, is your dad? What does he think of the movie?
He likes it. He's feeling it. He drove to New York from Michigan for the
So
premiere.
he's a fan of MOOZ-lum.
His wife is more than he is.
Well, I tell you that
she's always showing him stuff on Facebook and stuff.
The biographical part.
Yeah, well, he knew what was up.
It's
you know?
him.
Yeah, he knew what was up, and he sat through it and watched it, and you know, he congratulated me after.
Okay.
Told me he's.
And how are you guys today?
Cool.
Cool. All right. And how'd your mom receive the movie?
Oh man, my mom was a mess. She was in there crying. Man, we had to go and get some box of Kleenex.
Right.
You know, she.
Oh, so New York was because I think
it was the Urban World Film Festival.
And where was that at?
In New York.
And I think on Facebook there's some pictures of your mom.
Yeah, probably.
With Selena.
She was in New York. She was in Chicago.
No, I think I saw a picture with her and Nia Long.
Yeah, my mom played. She was the Islamic consultant for Nia Long.
Okay.
So my mom, she's been at all the fests. She went to New
got
York.
broke off a little bit too.
She came to Chicago. Yeah.
Well,
she came to Egypt for the Cairo International Film Festival.
How did it go in Egypt?
That was great.
All right. Dubai? You missed Dubai?
Yeah, we did. Okay. But we're opening in Dubai.
But yeah, I got that. You missed Dubai, but you're actually going to be shown in Dubai.
Yeah, we're opening in theaters in Dubai, Abu Dhabi.
So have you traveled overseas in Dubai? Have you been
to
Dubai?
I haven't been to overseas other than Egypt.
But you've been to Egypt. So how were the folks in Egypt receiving the movie? And was the movie subtitled and in English?
No.
It was in English?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's being subtitled as we speak right now to play.
In
Arabic.
Yeah,
in Arabic.
All right. What other?
And I was sitting there. I was nervous. I was like, oh man, I don't know if they're gonna get it, you know. And we started playing the movie, and certain scenes you're supposed to laugh. People didn't laugh. I was just kind of nervous. But after, man, they loved.
What other countries are you going to? Europe.
We're working on Europe. We're working on it. You know, it just has to come out first here, and then people will hear about it, and I'll be like, oh,
okay.
You know, because everybody likes to jump on it when it's popular.
All right. What are some of your what's in that factory going on up here? What do you got coming? What's some of the ideas? Not just one project, but I guess the long-term projects.
I actually don't think long-term. Just to be honest, I sort of
are working on a script.
I live kind of, you know. Go with it, because I realized a while ago that you know, it's not up to me.
Okay.
And
if you could make,
I'm writing my next script. That's all I know.
Yeah.
So for the next 2
and
years,
if you could get
I'm gonna be working on Me, My Hood, and I.
Okay. You're making on is that the name?
Yeah, Me, My Hood,
Me,
and
My
I.
Hood, and I.
Yeah.
Who would you like to cast if you had your druthers?
I don't know yet. This character, he's still coming together in my head, and right now I'm still on the kid version of him, so he has to grow up, and I have to.
Did you select the cast for?
Yeah.
And so, let me ask you, why Evan Ross?
You look at serious young black actors right now, right? Like between 18 and 22ish, they can play that age, and there seriously aren't too many, right, that have names.
Chops, so to speak.
There are a lot that have the chops. Like these guys are out there. Trust me, I see them, and there are some brilliant actors out there. But for this kind of movie, we were looking for, in certain roles, we were looking for somebody that had a name, you know, some kind of, you know, Evan is not huge, but we were looking for someone that had a name, that had done some movies, that is not yet labeled.
Typecast.
Right. That's not like, oh, when you see this guy, you think of something silly, or you think of, it's hard to find those guys. Certain actors you see, you're like, oh, this is another.
Nia Long. How did you get her? And was she your choice?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or did she come to you?
No, I came to her. Our casting director sent her agent, manager of the script, and she read it, and immediately she called us back, and we had a long conversation, her and I, and the producer, Dana, was on the call, and Samad, and
yeah.
Well, it was, for her, she's trying to redefine herself as an actress, and also, she loved the script, and, you know, she's a mother, she has a son, and she was able to relate, you know, because this story about this mother and her son, you know, it's a very intense one, and something that mothers can relate to, and she did very well. Like, I've never seen her do what she does in this film, and I think a lot of people will be able to agree with that when they see it.
Danny Glover, I know you met him prior to making this film.
I came to him in like 05 or 06 or something about another project I was trying to do that never got done. And I gave them the business plan, everything, you know, the script, and they never really responded. They were, you know, it's okay, we don't. So after, in 2007, when I found out he was a judge of this competition about for short films about Muslims in America, my entire plan was to enter my film, win the competition, and get a call from Danny Glover's company, which is exactly what happened.
Wow.
And we won the drama category, and this company called us and asked for the feature version of the script. We sent it, they liked it, but it needed work. So I started working with one of his writers, Julia Morgan,
and so Roger Revere Smith. How did you get him?
It was the same idea, same thing as Nia. It was actually my producer Dana. She knew him from something else before, so she actually called him up, and it was the same thing. He got the script, and before he even read the script, he was like, you know, this is very important material. He's like, you know, I'm already interested, but I do have to see the script. And once I started working with Danny Glover's, one of Danny Glover's writers at his company, Glovershire Films, Julia Morgan, it took a couple of years, draft after draft of the script, and I must have written about 20 different drafts of the script. And it was finally ready to go, and while his company did not produce it, you know, I went on and found other backers, and ended up getting it done, and asked Danny, like, hey, can you play a role in the film? And initially that character was Caucasian, and I actually changed it for Danny, and I'm glad I did, because yeah, I think we would have been leaning on the side of cliche if we would have had another Caucasian, you know. It was, yeah, so it works, it really works that he's African American and he has these sentiments towards Muslims in the movie, and it's an angle that not many people have seen. I'm Qasim Basir, and this is Noor Media TV. Peace. Assalamu alaikum.